us observe. Before we continue, I want you to keep still and calm, and then take this exercise. Look at yourself for a few seconds. Look at how you dress. Look at the way you are. If you are clean, if you are unclean, if your dresses are good or not. Check yourself, then and appreciate God for what He has done into your life. However, you are the caretaker of your body. God is the owner of your body. That is why you need to take good care of your body in a way that you will not affect others when you don't dress well, when you don't take a shower. However, I brought out this little preamble for you to be able to know that our topic centered on environmental stewardship. Our topic centered for an environmental stewardship, caring for creation and avoiding waste or waste reduction during this period of Lent, or stewardship of ecosystem. That's why I ask you to check yourself if you are clean, if you have taken your shower this morning, so that you'll be able to commune with one another. So, the word stewardship has its own etymology from the Old English. The word stick, that is STIG, means house or a home. Then we talk about word, which is WEARD, which means to keep, to guide, or a caretaker. So you are the caretaker of yourself. God is the owner of yourself. When you join the words together, you become what? A caretaker, one who guides, one who governs an environment. So today we are going to talk about the environmental stewardship, which involves taking care or the responsible use of the natural psychologies or natural philosophies, natural environments that we have within and around us, by involving ourselves to make sure that we keep that environment, what God has created, clean for our own consumption and our own living. However, this has its own root, again, from Genesis. The book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 15, has this to tell us that God, who is the owner, created man and woman and gave them that authority and audacity to become stewards over the land. And he said that the Lord put man and told him that keep watch, guide over this garden which I have entrusted to you. At this moment, we are here with different responsibilities that we have been entrusted by the school authorities for us to guide, for us to work, for us to take charge of our environment through our functions and other areas. Then when we want to talk about ecosystem itself, as we all know from the basic science, that this composes what? The community of living organisms, biotic, communicating with in or abiotic what? Plant and animal. Either abiotic or biotic, that is ecosystem for you and I, which you know. Then we talk about caring for environment again, needs our deeper understanding, and also to work with what God has created and entrusted to us, which is found again in Psalm 24 verse 1, that the Lord is the earth and its fullness. Whatever that you see around, the trees, the animals, the grass, you and myself, we were created by God. And everything in the earth, under the earth, beneath the earth, in the universe, belongs to God. And therefore, He, being the owner, makes us caretakers of that environment. That is why we are meant to take care of that environment that God has given to us. And the first environment that I ask you to check, if you have really took care of yourself this morning before coming is your body. If you are clean, you'll be able to commune with your colleagues. Then we say that Psalm 24 underscores the idea that all creation belongs to God and we are entrusted to take care of it. So our actions towards the environment should reflect reverence and respect for God's creation. When I see a tree, do I just throw at the cashew that I want to get there? What about the leaves? If I see somebody moving, what do I do? If I found myself polluting the environment, am I doing the right thing? Am I being a good steward to that environment? Because the little peppers you throw here and there are an act of pollution that you use to pollute your environment. That's why it's been said that when you pollute the environment today, tomorrow the environment will fight against you. When you put environment into disaster, those disasters will come back for you tomorrow. So that's why you need to keep that environment very clean for our own good. Talking about the environment, Pope Francis also in his encyclical Laudato Si has this to say that we have the responsibility to care for our common home. Our common home is the environment. That is why I say that this is our moral obligation to care for our common home through sustainable practices and respect for all living beings. If you don't care for yourself, you don't have respect for your colleagues. If you don't take shower and you enter here and you are smelling your colleagues, what respect are you giving to them? That's why you need to check yourself first before checking others. However, we have also another responsibility that God has entrusted to three people in the Bible, in the book of Matthew 25. The talent that God gave the three people. The one that went and traded or invested his talent came back and was rewarded. As well also with the school, you are given a task and a talent for you to take care of a particular function. If you go there and you work very well, you will be rewarded, either spiritually and physically. But if you go there, instead of you to take care of that particular jurisdiction which was given to you by the school authority, you become a caretaker over that environment. And then you waste your time. Then come back and say, I went there today and the place is clean, so I will not clean. Make sure that that environment, you are like that servant who went and buried his own talent without investing in it. And start trusting the master. And I know that you want to harvest where you have not planted. So please, take your function very well and know that whatever you have been given to do, it is for your own good and for the good of our environment and the future generation. Then we talk about some key points about the encyclical of Pope Francis, that is Laudato Si, caring for our common home. First of all, we talk about interconnectedness. That he says that all elements of creation are interrelated, and harming one may affect the other. Harming one of the environment or anything that God has created for your own good and for my own good will affect the other. Let's say, for example, the trees you see all around. The trees provide you with oxygen to be able to survive. And you, in return, give the trees carbon dioxide for the trees to be able to live for you. So let's say that you start throwing the leaves. You want to get cashew, you are throwing the trees. The pollutants that the trees filters for you to be able to get good oxygen, they will not be having this strength to be able to filter those pollutants. So when you take the wrong oxygen, you see yourself falling sick. That's why we tell you, don't throw at anything. Don't pluck cashew. Don't do that. Don't go and start harvesting mangoes. No, it is very wrong because we know that the trees, as I said, that they filters harmful what? Substances in the atmosphere like ammonia, even also sulfur dioxide and other particulate matter in the atmosphere. So please, Harming the environment, you are not only harming the environment, but you are harming even yourself. The second one is moral responsibility or ethical responsibility. Caring for the environment also is a natural obligation for you and I to know that it is your right to keep the environment clean. That's why it is said that cleanliness is next to godliness, right? So when you are clean, you are able to do your function well and not to what? Not to litter the environment. When you use a paper in your class, know that this is where I'm supposed to put this paper. There are things that when you see a paper, even when you are working, develop this ethical and moral responsibility within yourself without letting someone tell you that you need to take this paper out of here or this is not my way. I will not do it. No. Be responsible yourself and know that it is a moral obligation for you to keep the environment clean for your own benefit and for my own benefit. Then we talk about some waste products again, or waste reduction. There are some products that are biodegradable, and there are some products that are non-biodegradable. Those products that are biodegradable are materials, right, that can be broken down by natural processes of what? Microorganisms. So if you dispose those products anywhere, there is a possibility that it can be decomposed by the microorganisms within a few or short period of time. For example, food scrap, right? Then we have also leaves and also paper, and also some wooden material. So we have also the non-biodegradable material or product. These products are the hard matter of biodegradable, which can never decompose because they are like plastic, metal, glass, and synthetic materials that we use. For example, you see sometimes your parents try very well to bring biodegradable products or food for you, whereby after cooking, you can now dispose it and it will not harm the environment. After a lot of brought some non-biodegradable products for you, whereby you cook it and instead of it, you use the initiative that is someone else to know that this is a non-biodegradable food I have taken. So what will I do with the container? Is to place it in a dark bin that I know somebody will come and take it for the process of recycling. But you throw and litter the environment, which is very, very wrong. So the close is at the back of your mind. Non-biodegradable products can harm your generation, your great grandchildren. So develop that ability, that habit of keeping the environment safe for our sustainable development, the present needs of our home, not to prioritize or compromise that of the future generation. Are you getting? Then we talk about the last one again, sustainable development. We said that it helps us to meet the needs, as I just said, of the present generation without compromising that of the future generation to meet its own needs. However, to protect our environment here in Madison, even St. Martin Champagne loved nature, and he developed the right attitude for nature, whereby he did nature as a reflection of that creation with the presence of the Holy Spirit in all being. That's why some they have yoga meditation. You sit with nature. I was discussing with one of you in UB2. He told me that I love nature. Sorry, UB3. I said, why do you love nature? That I like to commune with nature. When you commune with nature, you reflect yourself and be in line with your God. So we say that how do we protect this environment in our compound? One is unity and harmony with nature. is unity and harmony with nature. So when you harmonize yourself, when you develop unity with nature, you will not see yourself littering the environment around. Even when the place is not where you have been assigned to work, if you see any paper on the floor, you'll be able to say, this is very bad. And you pick it to where you are supposed to put it. The second one, we talk about leave an environment as cleaner as you found it. Let's say, for example, if you go to toilet to serve yourself, when you finish, how do you leave that place? Do you leave it as dirty or as cleaner as you found it? Or do you use paper to flush instead of tissue? So know that if you are using paper to flush, you are causing problem. And if you are leaving that environment dirty, whereby you found that environment very clean and you mess it up, not that you are doing the wrong thing. So from today, develop that right attitude for the environment to keep that environment as cleaner as you found it. Then we'll talk about some 4 things we need to know about keeping the environment. We'll talk about reduce, reuse, repair, and recycle. We'll talk about non-biodegradable and the biodegradable. Know that the products you are using, can it be reduced? If now, today, you are littering the environment from today, can it reduce? Tomorrow, can that product that you use today to litter the environment, can it be reused to produce another thing? Maybe if you remove the content in the container, what will they use again or for the container? Then we talk about recycling or repair. If you spoil something, let's say for example, you are walking helter-skelter and you break any glass somewhere. What do? Do you report yourself? Or you just say, let's just leave it since nobody sees me. Please, when you know that you have done something that is very wrong, make sure that you report yourself so that you be exonerated. Then we talk about recycling. We said the non-biodegradable product can be recycled. That's why you have been given different types of dustbins. If you know that this is a non-biodegradable product that I've consumed from this container, where should I dispose it? Is it from where biodegradable products are supposed to be disposed, or from where non-biodegradable are supposed to be disposed? So know where you have to dispose that, so that when they come to pick them, they will be able to go and recycle. For you again to have other material that we may use in future. Then we'll talk about developing the right attitude towards our marriage compound. As I've just said, please, the environment where we live, if it's not clean, if you don't clean the environment, it will not be conducive for you to learn. That is why you need, first thing you need to do is to clean your class whenever you are in class. And those who have been assigned to work, if you are a member, make sure that the class is very clean before your learning, even the environment, the assembly ground. And I would like you also to continue to make not only the classes, not only the environment, wherever you find yourself, even out of this school, know that your primary task is you are a caretaker and you are meant to keep the environment good and clean for your benefit and the benefit of the future generation. So we pray that with the little we have shared, God will help us as we are clean today. We'll continue tomorrow till the end of the week. Because we are clean as caretakers, as I said from the beginning. You are the caretaker of your body. God has given that authority to you to take care of your body. Let's see from Friday if some of you will still be as clean as you are today. May God bless what we have heard today. Thank you.